So now our floor plan is almost prepared. We only need to add the dimensions and we need to plot this final layout. So right now here we don't have any dimensions added in the drawing, and for that I'll go to this annotation, expand it, and here we have this dimension style manager. So click on it and let's change the dimension style. So I'll go to this standard, and as you can see that we don't need that one because we don't have the fit in inches convention here. So we'll make our own dimension style because none of these dimension styles are as per our own requirement. So I'll go to this ISO 25 and now I'll click on new. So that will make a new copy of ISO 25. Let's give it a name. So I'll name it as dim and click on continue. Now we need to change some parameters in this case. So I'll start with this symbol and arrow, and I'll change the arrowhead to this architectural tick. Also here go to text and change the text placement to centered. That's the one which I prefer. Also I'll go to the fit tab, and here we don't need to change anything. I'll go to the primary tab, and here we need to change this one to architectural. So unit format should be architectural in this case. Now that's the change which we require for now. I'll click on OK and close, and now we'll start by adding the dimensions. So I'll go to this linear dimension and now click on this point, and before that we need to change the layer. So yes, make sure that you change the layer to dim. Alright, now click on this point and click on this point and add the dimension. And we have some problem here. The size of dimension is very small, that we need to change. So once again go to annotation, this dimension style manager, select dim, modify, fit tab, change this overall size to 5. OK and close. There we have it. Now it's quite clearly visible. So go to dimensions again, and as you can see that because of these hatches we are not properly able to see the point where we are actually clicking. So we can hide these hatches temporarily for our drawing, and for that I'll go to this drop down and click on this light bulb icon right next to this hatches. So that will hide our hatches as of now. Now we can once again go to the dimension and we can add rest of the dimensions. So here we have it, the first one. Now the second one should be here. All right, now let's go to the next one. Let's add this here. Go to this dimension again and let's add it properly here. You can zoom into this area if required. All right, now add it here. You can take reference here. And you only need to add the dimensions which are required. You don't need to add additional dimensions which are not required or which are redundant. So here this should be added, the air vent size. And here also we need to add one more dimension here. So I'll go to this point, and I'll add the dimension here. So I'll move this one a little bit over here and this one a little bit over here. So there we have it. So we have all the basic dimensions in place, and these dimensions are sufficient enough to specify all of the room sizes in this floor plan. Now we only need to add a final note, and we can use text tool to add that final note. So let's add it here. Okay, so let's type exterior wall thickness is 10 inches and interior wall thickness is 6 inches. So that's the note which we need to add, and here also I'll change the text size to 1 unit or 1 fit and press enter, click outside, and the note is now added here. And obviously we need to change it to the text layer. It is right now on the dimension layer. As you can see clearly the color is same. So I'll select this one, click on the drop down and change it to text, and now it's on the text layer. If required, you can highlight this note, and to highlight that you can select it and use this bold option. But obviously in case of simplex font you cannot do that because that's a single line font. You can do that with a true type font obviously.